Hello, my name is Emily and I'm a Girl Scout working to earn my Gold Award. This presentation will cover how to honor our military and its veterans. So we all know the main titles such as service members, soldiers, veterans, but these are all people who are currently fighting or have survived the war and made it back home. So what can we call service members who were unable to survive the war and make it back home? Maybe they were killed, captured, or even missing. We can call these service members POWs, MIA, or KIA soldiers. But what is a POW, MIA, or KIA service member? So, a POW is a prisoner of war, and these are service members who have been captured and imprisoned by the enemy in war. So let's say Germany and the United States are in a battle, and Germany captures one of America's soldiers. They would be a prisoner of war. There's also missing in action, and these are service members who are not yet traced or confirmed as either alive or dead. We just don't know where they are, they're missing, they could have been on a ship, and the ship sunk, and we just don't know where they are. And killed in action is someone who has fallen at the hands of an enemy. And on the right, you can see the flags of all of these service members. So how did this begin? While we had imprisoned, missing, and fallen soldiers in World War I and II, it was really after the Vietnam War when the POW-MIA recognition began. A famous prisoner all of you may know is Senator John McCain. John McCain was a prisoner of war during the Vietnam War in 1967. He was shot down in a bomber, almost drowned in a lake, and he was taken prisoner with fractures in his arms and legs. He received minimal care and was kept in horrible conditions and had dysentery for 1.5 years. Guards would beat him 2 to 3 hours every day for weeks, and he remained in solitary confinement for over 2 years. And he spent 5.5 years of captivity in North Vietnam. On this slide, you can see the conditions that prisoners went through. They would be barely fed, kept in horrible conditions, cold, dark rooms. It was horrible. And this graphic shows the current deployment of soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan versus the number of soldiers that were missing or imprisoned. So currently in Iraq, there were 5,200 soldiers in 2019, but due to COVID-19, the number of deployed soldiers has lowered to 3,000. And in Afghanistan, it was 13,000, but now it is 4,000. And if you compare this to the missing and imprisoned soldiers, you can see that in World War I, there were over 4,000 prisoners and 78,000 missing. And if you compare that all the way down with Afghanistan and Iraq's numbers, you can tell that the numbers have gone down drastically. And this could just be due to different technology, different war techniques, and just awareness of all different soldiers. On this slide is another infographic that shows that more than 81,000 Americans still remain missing from World War II through the Gulf Wars and other conflicts. And on the bottom you can see pictures of unaccounted service members. As well as that, this infographic shows the different places where soldiers are located. So how can we honor these service members? Many common ways are hanging a flag, celebrating Veterans Day on November 11th, or Memorial Day on May 31st. Another way that isn't as known is by assembling a missing man table. But what is a missing man table? A missing man table is also known as a fallen comrade table or the fallen soldier table. It is a tradition started after the Vietnam War to honor those who are missing, prisoners, or killed in action. And a missing man table is something made with household items that each represent something to honor those who served. So which items make up a missing man table? First off, you start with a white tablecloth that represents the pure intentions shown by service members. On top of that is a place setting, set for one, as well as a vase, which represents the families that kept faithful in return of the missing, and around that vase, a yellow ribbon, showing the love of a country that inspired men and women to serve. In that vase is a single red rose, which represents the blood shed in battle. On the bread plate is a lemon slice, to show the bitter fate of the missing. Next to the lemon slice is a small pile of salt, showing the tears shed by waiting families, as well as an upside-down glass, which represents the fact that the missing and fallen cannot partake in the meal. Next to the bread plate is a lit candle, which is a light of hope to guide the missing on their way home. And to tie it all together is a folded flag. Those are all different aspects of a missing man table. A missing man table can be displayed on its own at a banquet or event, or it can be accompanied by a ceremony. It can be a very simple or elaborate setup and can also include different religious items, such as a Bible. Not only that, but there can be missing man chairs. Let's say you're at a sports game or an amphitheater where you can't set up a whole table, you can designate a chair for those who are prisoners, missing, or fallen. And what day can you honor the fallen? National POW MIA Recognition Day is the third Friday in September, and it is a day of remembrance for all of those who have been deemed missing in action and/or a prisoner of war. And countless families have been forced to bear the heartbreak of not knowing what happened to their soldiers, so this is a very important day to honor those who have fallen. Thank you for listening. If you are interested, you can also follow my Gold Award project on Instagram at Remember the Missing Man or Facebook at the same tag. If you have seen a missing man table or would like to share any pictures, you can upload a photo to the link below. Thank you so much for supporting our veterans and my project. And remember, a man is only missing if he is forgotten.